Hello, all. I'm Saray, and I'm presenting the Business Analyst Team Sprints for Air Meets. Over the last few weeks, we have worked with Air Meets Rachel Nguyen, Director of Sales Operations, and Martin Schultz, Head of Customer Service and Integration, to discuss their business processes and how Salesforce can be used to can be implemented to improve a few areas. This presentation is going to focus on two key areas for improvement. So, based on our stakeholder interviews, we wanted to highlight two main issues with your current processes and discuss and provide an overview of what we previously discussed in our gap analysis we had a few weeks ago together. So, from the service department, we will highlight the concern of manual processes. This is in your case assignment and escalation. From the sales department, we will highlight the concern of the manual case assignment as well as those discount and approval processes that are also being done manually. As you recall from our previous meeting, we discussed a Bridging the Gap action plan. So there are a few ways that we were going to implement Salesforce in your organization and provide you with a better stature in this space. Today, our focus is just going to be on integration and optimization, which we have here. So implementing and customizing Salesforce. And then we're also going to talk about automated processes and implementation and how we can use Salesforce to really bump those processes up for you, just making them a lot better. So implementation and customization means knowing the ins and outs of Air Meets so we can use Salesforce to meet those needs. We know that you have unique business needs and requirements such as customer relationship management, sales and pipeline tracking, and reporting needs. So we're going to help you improve and streamline those customer processes. The first step is choosing which Salesforce edition meets your needs. So we can start with out-of-the-box functionality, but then we're going to customize it in creating objects and fields to match those business processes. From there, Salesforce has third-party tools through Salesforce's App Exchange, which is going to allow us further functionality and collaboration. So for the service team, what we're going to do is implement Service Cloud for you. This helps with efficient case management, allowing agents to review and resolve customer inquiries from a unified interface. We're also going to implement a knowledge base with articles and frequently asked questions to empower customers and reduce support ticket volume. From there, we'll integrate chatbots. We use AI to integrate chatbots or virtual assistants, which is going to allow you to handle routine inquiries and provide 24/7 support to your customers. For the sales team, we will implement the Sales Cloud Console. This tool helps gather potential customers from different places. We use AI to sort them based on their interest level. This is going to provide a clear sales predictions and reports for you. We're going to support sales on mobile devices, connect with marketing tools for a smooth lead handoff, and adapt easily to your business needs. This all leads to better sales processes to capture those leads that come in. So, how are we going to automate these processes using Salesforce for Air Meets? So, here's a breakdown. There's three different things we're going to focus on. We're focusing on SLA monitoring, or those service level agreement monitoring, case escalation, and routing based on agents' expertise or the customer priority level. And this is for both sales and the service team. So to break it down a little further for you, for the sales team, that SLA monitoring is a matter of setting up automated workflows to track response times and resolution deadlines for sales inquiries or leads. We're going to define those service level agreements for different types of leads or customer requests. For case escalation for this team, we're going to create escalation rules based on predefined criteria such as lead value, urgency, or customer status. We're going to automatically escalate cases to managers or senior sales reps when those escalators are at risk of being breached. So instead of them seeing them from, let's say, just tracking all day long, you are going to automatically get a notification that, hey, we're almost up on time. Let's go ahead and escalate this up to the next issue so that we're giving them a really good customer service experience. We're also going to route our cases that come in based on expertise or priority. So we're going to implement assignment rules to find the most suitable sales rep based on their expertise, their availability, or even their workload so that no one's overwhelmed. I think it's really important to take care of not only your customers, but your internal internal processes or internal resources, your people. I think it's really important to take care of your people as well. So we're going to prioritize our high value leads or VIP customers also so that they are getting immediate attention. Now, those three automated processes implementation, let's talk about how we're going to do it for the service department. So SLA monitoring, we're going to configure automated processes, which is going to monitor response times, resolution times for customer support cases. We're going to define SLAs, for different case categories, whether it be technical issues, billing issues, or general support. For case escalation, we're going to set up escalation rules that's going to escalate cases to specialized support teams or supervisors based on case priority, customer status, or any other escalation triggers like a repeated escalation or missed deadlines. And then for routing those cases, we're going to use the skill-based routing to route cases to agents with specific needs or expertise that are required to resolve the issues. In this case, we can still prioritize our cases based on the customer priority if it's a VIP customer or a high impact issue. I know you're probably thinking, this all sounds great. This is all wonderful. When can we get started? So here I provided a breakdown for the timeline to implementation for you. So in week 1 to 2, we're going to do the initial assessment and planning. So this involves AirMeet's leadership team. We're conducting a comprehensive assessment of AirMeet's current, including your existing processes, your automation, SLA requirements. We're going to define our specific goals and objectives for implementing the monitoring, case escalation, and the routing based on expertise or priority. And then we're going to identify our stakeholders, our project team members, and our resources needed for the implementation. Then it's going to be the Salesforce team hitting the ground running on weeks 3 through 6. So this is a matter of configuring Salesforce workflows, our escalation rules, assignment rules, email templates based on SLAs that were defined, and then that routing criteria. We're going to customize Salesforce objects and fields and layouts to support the automation requirements for both sales and the service teams. We will test to configure automation rules and flows in a sandbox to ensure functionality and capability with AirMeet's processes. So a sandbox is not going to be your actual Salesforce org, just like a sandbox is, back in kindergarten. A sandbox is a matter of just something that we can use to play, test, to make sure that it's the functionalities are there and it doesn't affect what we are building for you. Weeks 7 through 8, we're going to bring the AirMeet's team back in while we focus on implementing a pilot test phase to evaluate how effective these changes are that we made, whether it be the SLA monitoring, that case escalation, or those routing processes. We're going to put them in a real world scenario and kind of test them out. From there, our users are going to give us feedback. We're going to analyze the performance metrics and identify any areas that need to be refined. We'll make those necessary adjustments as we see them come in, whether it be to our workflows, our rules, or our configurations, and just based on, user feedback that is received through us. So if all is well, week 9 through 10 is a matter of working with the service and the sales team together to develop training materials, conduct training sessions for you all, and just on how to best use the new capabilities in Salesforce. We're going to provide that hands-on practice and simulations to familiarize users with the SLA monitoring, case escalation, and those routing features. We're going to continue to encourage user adoption, by highlighting the benefits of automation and addressing any questions or concerns. And then, of course, we're going to continue to get that feedback from them to see what we can do to improve your Salesforce instance. Then we have the most exciting weeks, 11 through 12, is when we are in full deployment, go live mode. We're going to finalize the configuration and customization of Salesforce and all those features based on the pilot testings, the findings and refinements that we have done. We're going to conduct thorough testing and validation to ensure that the SLA monitoring, case escalation, and routing functionalities work as expected across both scenarios. And then we'll coordinate with stakeholders and communicate the go live date for full deployment. Once it's deployed, we are still here with you. We don't just drop you off. We're going to monitor post-implementation performance, user feedback, and system stability to make sure that this transition is smooth for you and that adoption period is successful. So as you see, if we follow this timeline, which we will, AirMeets can really systematically implement changes using Salesforce. That's going to enable those three different things we talked about, that monitoring, escalation, and routing, ensuring that you have a well-planned and effective rollout with minimum disruptions to operations within 90 days. That is super exciting. All right. So thank you all for listening to this presentation. We are so happy to have you working with us, and we look forward to implementing Salesforce for AirMeets so that you can work best. Let us know if there's anything you need. Thank you.